Hello, world, and welcome to a brand new episode of Spotlight News, episode 12, where we give you the hottest news in music, sports, entertainment, and sports entertainment. I'm your host, Jamal Bostic, and I'm joined by my man, Keaton Wright, and our special guest this week, my man, geek extraordinaire, slash Packers fan, slash cmpunk guy, my man, Eric
Yes.
Lucas. As you can see, we are missing
Yes.
two people this week. Lovely Celso Maldonado, she had work. It sucks, you know. My man Frankie, he's like sick on his deathbed. Get better, Frankie.
Is that where it is?
He's definitely under the weather. He texted me was like,
It's no excuse.
yeah.
Could have turned on your webcam and live streamed in.
Right?
Sick because of the
Skype does.
Cowboys lost. That's why.
Because the Cowboys lost, he was like,
That's
I'm
the
sick.
reason.
That's why.
Called it today.
Yeah, he's just like, nah, I can't do it this one this week. Well, hey, my Patriots lost. I'm still here. You know,
My Steelers lost. I'm
Steelers
still
lost,
here.
he's still here. The Cowboys did get blown out. So.
Indeed, they did.
Yeah, so that's
That was the
something.
best part of my Thanksgiving. What are you talking about? I was eating turkey. I was like, man, this is a good day.
It's a good day.
Hey, I don't need any wine or cider right now. I just need the Cowboys losing, this nice piece of turkey leg I have. I'm fine. Just knock out and do a food coma and have dreams of the Packers winning, which they did. So then,
Indeed,
my
they
Sunday
did.
was great too.
Yeah, that's another
Beautiful
subject
week.
for
Beautiful week.
for
Good
another
day.
time
Yeah.
in the show. I was gonna say any day the Cowboys lose is a good day for me, but then got the Patriots thing in my face. But
About that.
anywho, let's get into the business today. This past weekend, there was a couple teasers. On Friday, the Star Wars teaser trailer was revealed in select theaters out here in California. It was the El Capitan Theater.
Mm-hmm.
in
Irvine.
Spectrum.
Spectrum, yeah.
If you guys live in San Francisco, there's one in San
San
Francisco,
Diego.
in San
Yeah.
Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Any your thoughts on the trailer? I know.
My thoughts?
Yeah.
I loved it. I mean, you know me, I'm the resident geek here, dude.
Yeah.
I think I watched about 20 times because I just watched it a few times for myself to watch it, and then like it seemed like everybody at work or my friends, they're like, oh yeah, I heard about it, I haven't watched it. I'm like, all right, we're watching it right now. So I have to watch it with them, so like 20 times, but it's great. It's good. It doesn't give any of the story away at all, except for that there's obviously going to be a new Sith, you know, with that crazy looking lightsaber he's got.
Hey,
I'm excited to see who that is.
Yeah.
it has the makings of a real good Star Wars movie. I read on like some like blogs, like a couple, that they're not excited for this movie. Like, it
Well,
doesn't
that's
look
your
like it's gonna be
fanboys.
good. Yeah, it's just like I guess they're like real diehard Star Wars fans.
Oh, yeah.
and they just don't want to see a new Star Wars.
Well,
Why?
they're dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are like that. Like when like people do reboots of movies, people like hate on it
Mhm.
real quick. Like they don't want to see it.
Well, it's usually your older fans that don't want to see anything done to their precious, you know,
Mhm.
thing that they love so much. You know, you get the nitty gritty, the down and dirty with these guys. These are the kind of people you see at these conventions that dress up and stuff that I go to all the time, and they're hardcore, man. They don't, you can't reason with them. They have like the knowledge that you will never possess about these kind of movies and the lore, and they'll go on and read the Wikipedias about it, and they'll like read the comments that George Lucas said this one time in an interview in 1986 while he was sipping coffee somewhere, and say, "See, that's why he shouldn't do it." Like, you know what I mean?
They're still sticking to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see anybody complain when they put that new Star Trek out a couple years ago.
I'm pretty sure at the end of the movie, if and when they watch it, they'll love it.
Yeah,
And
I
all
mean,
of that nonsense.
like
talk
how can
about
Oh, I
you
think
not,
so, too.
Yeah, how
it'll
can you
go
not
away.
love a new Star Wars movie? Like it's Star Wars. We all grew up with it.
Mhm.
We've all grown to love it. Like it's Star Wars. You can't just hate on Star
The things people are complaining about, was that lightsaber that's in it, because it is kind of a ridiculous design, but like that's just the gut reaction that people had. That's the first thing I saw all the forums blowing up with. Oh, look at the stupid! Why do you have like lasers coming out the sides? And you know, it's like, yeah,
'Cause
just let
why-
it. Who cares?
Because why not?
Because why not?
Mhm.
Just let it ride.
It's
You know?
2014, damn it.
Yeah, who cares? We're gonna find out. It's a teaser. They call it a teaser because we have nobody. They didn't tell us anything about it.
Mm.
Yeah,
So,
it's not. It's just like a first look. It's a sneak
yeah,
peek.
yeah,
Like they're probably not gonna start showing trailers till like later on next year.
yeah. Probably like for the probably during Age of Ultron or some of the summer movies, they'll
Mhm.
show their full trailer
Yeah.
at that time.
Which I can't wait for either.
Right.
Age of Ultron.
2015 is gonna be crazy for movies.
If you guys didn't know, Eric Lucas is the host of That Geek Show. Well,
it's
formerly
under
This
wraps.
Week in Geek. Yeah. Did I say that? I meant This Week in Geek. If you guys-
Formerly This Week in Geek. New title yet to be announced.
Yet to be announced.
We're waiting for equipment. Which
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah. For those of you who still don't get it, this is the guy I shouted out last week.
Oh, hey,
that's
me.
Eric Lucas. Yeah, that's the Packers
That's me.
fan. Glad I didn't bet him.
I told you if you want. I asked you several
Bet.
times. You want to make a bet?
He
I
did.
mean,
He did. I just had this gut feeling that it wasn't gonna happen because when you really realize Patriots are playing in Lambeau, like even the best will crumble at Lambeau.
undefeated this year.
Then again, that's such a really part of the show. Speaking of teasers, we'll keep going with teasers. I got word, well, not word, but I got like a notification because I subscribed to AMC on YouTube.
Mm.
You know, they have shows like The Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, shit like that. Comic Book Man.
I love that show.
I love that show too. I just like AMC. They're showing sneak peeks and teasers for the Breaking Bad spin-off show, Just Call Saul.
Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
It's a spin-off of Breaking Bad, leaving off, where they left off, I think.
No, prequel.
Yeah, prequel.
Prequel.
And it's featuring everybody's favorite character on the show, Saul.
Yeah, Saul Goodman.
Saul Goodman. It's my guy.
He's the sleazy lawyer.
Yeah,
He's Walter White's lawyer slash drug. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
What happened at the end of Breaking Bad?
Oh man.
Well, where do we begin? Well, I guess we could just cut it short to you. Walter White dies at the end.
Spoiler alert.
Yes.
Wait, now come on. We don't actually see him die.
I mean,
It pans up. I mean, the
yeah,
cops are
but
coming in to get him. They could have revived him. There could have been a hospital there.
could have revived them, killed them again.
Who knows? That's what he wants you to think.
That's
That's
the
what.
mystery.
The last one I've never was like, I always heard about it, but I never really watched it. And when I did, like, I fell in love, but just never had the time to get back
really
into it.
watch
Like the
it?
last episode I remember I saw where he was I don't know, he was doing some drug cartel and he was at the guy's house and like the uncle or whatever, he couldn't talk, but he'll ring the bell like, and you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the ding 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 ding.
Yeah. When he
yeah.
was like, did he hurt you?
Yeah.
Like that. That was the last
Yeah.
episode I saw. And I was just
Did
like,
you see the whole
in love with
backstory
it.
and who that guy is?
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
to see that, you gotta go back and watch it.
I
You got-
gotta
you got-
watch it.
The
gotta
ending
watch-
to that season was really, it's almost rivaled the ending to the final season. 'Cause that was great.
Breaking Bad is just.
It's all on
delicious.
Netflix right now for free.
It is.
Will RJ be a part of this one?
I think so.
Oh, RJ Mitty?
Mhm.
Who?
Or,
Oh,
wait, what's his son name? I thought it was RJ.
well, that's his name in real life.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think. I think he said. I think they said they're going to make cameos for some of the characters from Breaking Bad, but there's not going to be.
They're not.
This is
be
going
on
to
the
focus on
show.
Saul
Yeah,
and how
this is
he
just-
got to Albuquerque and all this stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
in some of the sneak peeks they showed, one of them is him getting kicked out of his own parking lot to his own office.
Oh,
Like he's not
like how? Yeah.
being let in
Yeah.
to his own parking lot. So what he did is he parked his car right where the gate is, and he got out and he's going to confront the dude, and dude puts him in a mean armbar. Like this is ridiculous. Like it was funny. I was just like, man, dude, Saul can never catch a break. But it's gonna be interesting. The show premieres. It's a 2-night premiere on February 8th and February 9th on AMC at 9 o'clock. I got this from AMC because I subscribe to him on YouTube, and I think I follow him on Twitter, but I don't know. And speaking of good shows on AMC, The Walking Dead. Last night, do you watch Walking Dead? Well,
I haven't caught up.
well,
To be honest, I'm sorry.
Should I say what happened then?
I'd prefer if you didn't, but I mean, if you got to, you got to.
Eric, just cover your ears.
I'm sorry. You can talk about
Whoever
it.
watched Walking
Fine.
Dead, Beth finally died.
Damn it.
Yeah, it was sad, and we're not gonna find out what happens after that until it comes back on in January or February. Too, I think.
Yeah, no,
January,
it's,
February.
I want to say February. That's usually
Yeah,
when it comes
February.
back.
Yeah, it hit the feels a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't you guys watch Resurrection?
I watched.
I
like,
didn't.
one
I haven't watched
episode.
that.
Oh
Is it
my
good?
god, it's such a good show. Like I'm not the one that usually gets into watching TV shows because I can never keep up, like basketball or
Because you're
football. I always
mostly
miss
on
them.
TV shows.
Oh, whatever. But yes, it was such a good season. Oh my god! And yesterday, it comes on Sundays. And yesterday, the pastor. Well, you guys don't know, but the people who do watch it, the pastor actually died, and I was so sad. Like, I ain't never got that emotional since, baby, Boys in the Hood when
When Ricky
when
died.
got shot. It was just,
Man.
it was a sad moment. But that was just my little 2
I
cents.
feel like no matter what, watching that scene just like.
Yeah, you just want him to survive.
You always want to watch like Ricky's gonna
Ricky gonna make
Ricky
it.
gonna make it.
Shout out Morris Chestnut, my big brother.
Hits you right in the heart. But yeah, the semester's almost over, and I know I gotta do a lot of binge watching on Netflix over this vacation.
Mm-hmm.
This might sound a little weird, but I am going to watch Desperate Housewives.
What the
all
hell?
over again.
Why?
New
Desperate
host.
Housewives?
Can we get a new host?
What is?
Don't act like I've never seen Desperate
I've
Housewives.
seen it, but
Never.
like, why?
Okay, I used to love that show.
Why?
When I was younger.
It's about middle-aged white women.
I love
Is that why
middle-aged
you
white
like
women.
it?
Come on, Eric.
Middle-aged white women.
Come on,
All
Eric.
right, we've just had a revelation.
Come on. I'm trying to. But
Okay.
yeah, it's a show I used to watch with my mom.
Is it just Eva Longoria?
That too. It's a show I used to watch with my mom all the time.
Oh, okay.
So, you
it's
know.
got some nostalgia factor too.
Yes, and like I feel like I didn't stop. I stopped watching it like after season 3. Like I don't know why, but so I'm just gonna catch up on watching Desperate Housewives, and then I'm just gonna start watching other shows that I haven't.
Is this show like a Sex in the City type show or?
A little bit.
It's about desperate housewives.
Yeah, Desperate Housewives.
These housewives be hooking up with everybody.
Have you seen the show Cougars?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's with what's her name, right? No,
Wait, you talking about the
girl that was on Friends. That's her, right?
Uh,
The Cougar show.
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
All these shows are.
And like
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
No, I don't
You
want.
watch that?
Mm-mm.
Another show I watch with my mom.
God.
I like that show. I mean, come on, those Real Housewives shows are good.
No.
Okay, maybe not Orange County, but Atlanta.
Jamal, I just think you're channeling your inner
Inner
older
woman.
white woman. I just get-
Older white, yeah, maybe.
I think I don't know.
Sue me.
If you were to just if I didn't know you, I would just, by hearing the things you're saying, I would think you're a woman. Like
that would be your preconceived notion of me.
Oh my god.
That's. What
I like
do.
Desperate Housewives, The Real Wives of Orange County, The Real Wives and Housewives of Atlanta.
Starbucks before.
I
work.
love getting Starbucks with my UGG boots on.
Oh my god. Long walks on the beach.
I do it all. I like lobster and steak dinners, all that.
Oh.
Okay.
I drink margaritas from a
Margaritas.
wine cup.
Wow.
All that shit.
Stop admitting this stuff. It's live right now.
If you don't know now, you know.
Oh, man.
Jamal had a
In
little
the
bit
words-
to drink before the show, so he's opening up a bit more than he usually does.
I had my usual Monday cup of orange juice.
And vodka.
And a bowl of Apple Jacks.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say just a bowl, like a bowl.
Hey, oh, my mom's watching this show.
Oh,
You can't be saying all that, Eric. Jeez.
but this
You just
YouTube.
said, damn it.
You can say damn it, just not the
Oh, I
fact that
can say.
that-
Okay.
not the fact that
I'll
I mean,
censor my.
Frankie
drug-
said something about sucking dick like last week. So this is
hidden agendas.
yeah,
Oh my
Frankie.
God.
We know where Frankie's
It's on the
going
brain.
with
We need that beat
we
button.
need a beat button next season.
BT.
Can we get a censor button next semester,
No.
Mercer? Thank you. Put that on the budget.
Mercer's like, no, we
Mercer's
can't even
like-
get our equipment this semester.
We can't even get new cameras. What are you talking about?
Damn it.
Oh man.
Upcoming events. We are a college. We are students.
We are.
We do
Okay.
a lot of stuff around
Barely.
campus. Yeah, barely. December 5th, going into Cypress College Sports. Our
Yeah.
girls basketball, well, our women's basketball team start their home tournament, which will be their second home game. And another disclaimer, me and Keenan were not those guys who did that first basketball game against Mount Sac a couple weeks ago.
So you weren't?
Yeah, that wasn't us.
Oh.
We weren't there.
Yeah,
So
we're
it's two guys claiming to be you that sounded just like you.
Yeah, like fill-ins, like
Okay.
yeah.
Got it.
But
If it was us, we would have started.
yeah, if it was us, we would have been there first quarter, tip off, all that. We would have been way more prepared.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff, all that good stuff. But
We
this,
got the time right.
yeah,
Yeah.
had the score and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Would have had the players' names. Like those
Just
guys.
not, yeah.
They didn't know anything.
Yeah, I don't even think they played sports.
It would be hard to tell from that that
It
broadcast.
would
that they
be
did.
very hard to tell. But Friday, December 5th is the first, right?
Today's the first.
Today's the first. So December 5th, right here on the Cycron Media Network,
Dun, dun, dun.
me and Keenan and Frankie will be there on commentary for the women's basketball game against LA Southwest College.
Mm.
Hopefully they can get the W this time.
Yeah, because that was from what I watched. The,
From what we heard.
from what we heard,
Yeah.
I watched the
I
video.
was gonna say if you watched it, I don't know how you could have figured out how anything was going on.
Yeah, I was just like, man, this is.
There's some movement happening on the court.
One girl
There's a
passed
ball
it to
moving.
another girl.
Someone shot the ball.
So,
Oh wait, the
Eh,
camera moved. Hold
it's-
on.
camera's gone. Camera's
Camera's
gone.
gone.
Camera's gone.
I
Yeah.
don't know what's happening.
It was, from what I heard, from my sources,
Your sources tell you.
it was a terribly
Good.
humbling night. Terribly humbling.
For those two gentlemen who
For those
did the
two
broadcast.
Pretended to be.
Got
Poor young gentlemen who pretended to be us.
it. Got it.
Oh man, that's terrible. They can't put that on their resume. I'll tell you that right
No,
now.
no.
They can't. They can't.
Expunged from the record.
That's a race from memory. They should just take that off the channel.
They really should.
Who uploaded that?
I don't know.
They should get fired.
All right, what do we got next, Jamal? What do we
Wait,
got next?
let's move on to a more subject that's more in my
Expertise.
Wheelhouse.
expertise. Professional wrestling.
Yeah.
It's my thing. Eric's also another wrestling guy. That's with the CMPunk shirt. Keenan watches wrestling too.
I was about to do that.
Anyway, tonight after Monday Night Raw, which should be another bleh Monday Night Raw.
Probably.
There was high hopes. I'm not gonna lie. After Survivor Series,
Are we ever gonna see Sting again?
are
Just a one-off.
I mean, there's talk about him being at WrestleMania, but we don't know about the.
Did they ever? Did they ever? They brought in Daniel Bryan last week to take all the focus off that. But did they ever explain why he came back and just fucked up Triple H?
I think. Yeah.
Messed up Triple H. am I
Like
knowledge?
what are Sting's motives against Triple H? Like,
Right.
What does he
They didn't
has
explain that.
against Triple H?
Mm.
Like
Yeah, they're setting up a Sting versus Triple H match at WrestleMania
it's weak. I mean, yeah, but he
because
said
they can't do the Undertaker Sting
yeah.
anymore.
Sting
'cause he's
says
done.
he wants to fight the Undertaker, but it's not gonna have that much heat because
There's no more streak.
Anymore. Yeah. So we don't know where that's gonna go. WrestleMania's in March. I'll be there. Probably do a spotlight news from there. I don't know.
You'll be there. You're gonna go.
I'm
Oh,
going to WrestleMania. Mom, I told my
Might
mom
go.
I'd go to WrestleMania one day.
I'm gonna try to go.
Where is it going to be?
It's
Frisco,
in San Francisco in that
Levi's Stadium.
empty Levi Stadium.
Wow.
Apparently the 49ers play there, but
Mm-hmm.
all I know is the Pac-12 championship. Is
Well,
gonna
if
be
you
there.
put a stadium an hour away from the city you're supposedly playing, it's kind of hard to get people to go that far for a shitty team. I'm sorry.
yeah, like the Angels of Anaheim who play in orange.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, or like
The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Get it right, sir.
the Los Angeles Angels
Of
that are
Anaheim.
supposed to be in Anaheim, but they play in orange.
The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Southern California, United States of America of the world.
which is technically in Irvine,
Right.
California.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Too much.
Sorry.
Yeah, over the head, whatever, Angels. But yeah, I don't know where the Sting story's going.
So what's going on with WWE? CM Punk. He's on.
CM Punk, former WWE superstar CM Punk, did a podcast last Thursday.
Cole Cabana.
Oh yeah, his best friend Colt Cabana,
Buddy. Yep.
pretty much airing it out on why he left WWE earlier this year in January. Pretty much just spilling all the beans of what he went through since he re-signed his contract in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
He went on to say stuff about how he wasn't getting proper medical treatment from the doctors.
Mm-hmm.
He had a staph infection that almost killed him.
Yep.
Like
Yeah, he
was
wasn't
getting
happy. He just wasn't happy.
He really wasn't happy. Vince McMahon was tearing like all the ideas he had, he wouldn't let him do it.
I know one of the
He would tell
biggest,
him
one of the
to.
biggest things that pissed him off was that he tried to do the similar thing like what Lesnar's doing right now, where he has his own sponsorship deal, where he gets to wear his own clothing or whatever and get sponsored by it. And Vince said, "No, you can't do that." And then they bring Lesnar in, and he does exactly that. Like he was pissed beyond all belief when that happened.
And he was mad that all the part-time guys he had to wrestle had to get over him. Like he didn't want to lose the title to The Rock.
Yeah,
He didn't want to fight Undertaker at WrestleMania.
yeah,
He didn't want to fight Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. He was pretty much mad that he had to fight a guy who wasn't going to be at Raw the next night.
yeah.
And he wasn't
he's
getting paid enough for it.
he's an old school guy, and that's why he was my favorite wrestler, because he knew how to do storytelling. You know?
Yeah, and he spoke the truth.
Yeah.
Like he didn't care who he pissed off. Like he was going to be him, and I think that's what make either people hate him or love him. And
So you think,
after listening to that podcast, I agree with CM Punk. Like I'm taking his side on this. Like,
and he's got a nice new job now as a comic book writer.
yeah,
So.
he's writing comic books. Like he's set.
happy now, I guess.
He's married to AJ Lee.
AJ, that's nice.
Yeah, lucky him, right?
Right.
Like he's done with wrestling for right now.
You think he'll ever come back?
I don't think he'll come back to WWE.
Yeah.
They
it's
probably
gonna
have
be
to
hard.
pay him.
Until like Vince leaves or he stops running the show or something like
Will
that.
Vince ever leave?
He's gonna probably die on set.
He's got to die one
He's gonna
day.
be barking into the microphone at Michael Cole and just like,
Oh my God.
He's gonna pull a Jerry Lawler, except Jerry Lawler's surviving and he's not.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, but like it's just ridiculous because it came at the right time when fans were disappointed with what WWE was doing.
Right.
Like WWE was like, dude, you guys suck at booking. Like Triple H shouldn't be running the show. Vince shouldn't be running the show. Like
He made a good point though. Like he says like inadvertently, whether it happened because of him or not, like as soon as he left, things started to change in WWE. Where like Daniel Bryan got the push, and they started listening to the wrestlers as far as what their demands were and things like that. So I mean, maybe it was good for the industry.
yeah, but things are still the same as far as
as far as their storytelling is concerned, it's getting
Yeah.
bland again.
and like Brock Lesnar still isn't gonna be on Raw.
They still haven't like explained how it is that doesn't. I mean, it used to be. I mean, it's wrestling, so let's let's take everything with a little bit of a grain of salt. But it used to be that you had to fight every 30 days to remain as a champion, right? He hasn't fought since
Brock
like what,
Lesnar hasn't
September?
fought since September. Haven't seen him since September.
So I'd like to hear them at least explain why that's happening. I know the whole they kind of like got everybody's attention away from it with the whole Survivor Series team thing.
But like you can't run your biggest pay-per-view without
No,
a world title match.
well, one of them. It's like their fourth biggest,
Yeah, like
third biggest,
and then
fourth biggest. I don't know.
are they gonna run the December pay-per-view, which is coming up in like 2 weeks, without
They have to put
Lesnar
Lesnar in
there?
that one.
They have to.
Who's the number one contender?
They don't know. Is it Cena? Is it Seth Rollins?
Is Daniel Bryan back? Is he back? Or is
He's
he
not
just there?
back to wrestle.
So
I think
he's
they're
not
just
gonna-
having
yeah.
him back just to be back because Roman Reigns is supposed to come back too.
And then is Orton legitimately out with an injury?
He had a concussion.
So-
But he's supposed to come back
okay.
this month too.
God, he was getting hot right before that
He's getting-
happened.
yeah.
They were making it work with him.
The original plan, according to sources, was he was going to be on Team Cena.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Oh.
And like the whole thing with the whole team just like straight getting mixed up.
I like how they gave Dolph the push though at the end. They
That
let
was
him win the
good.
match. He needed it. I mean, that's sad they've been burying that guy. He's like the hardest worker on the roster.
Yeah, it's about time. But I think because everyone's bound to turn heel at some point. If they turn Dolph Ziggler heel.
Oh, he's already been heel at one point.
Yeah. But if they turn him heel pretty soon, I think that'll put him over even more. But
Yeah,
I wouldn't see them doing it like now, like quick.
Yeah.
Probably like around WrestleMania.
See, I would have liked to see going back to the whole championship thing. I'd like to see Orton versus Lesnar. That'd be a cool match. I don't think that's happened in them ever since Lesnar's been in there the first time, right?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think they. Yeah,
And that back then they were like the up and coming two guys, so it wasn't as big as it would be now.
yeah, it's crazy how
It'd be
like,
crazy good.
yeah, that would
Just
be
put
a good
Orton on
match.
like a winning streak, have him go through tons of people, and then like put them up against each other.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
I guess it's all
new. It's
like,
something we haven't seen.
yeah.
I don't want to see Cena and Lesnar again. I don't. Don't
Please.
show me that again.
Please, but WWE is just like, oh, Cena's like our main guy. That's what pissed CM Punk off too.
Yeah,
Going
of
back to the
course.
podcast.
Of course.
The fact that CM Punk was doing everything when he was champion, but
Mm-hmm.
the focus was still on John Cena as the face of the company. Like that.
It's getting weird in WWE. They need to sign some new talent or something. I don't know.
I mean, NXT is doing good though.
Yeah.
I like NXT. They signed some of my favorite indie guys with Kevin Steen.
The one that's working out the best, obviously, is Seth Rollins, right?
Yeah, Seth Rollins. He's probably like that one NXT guy.
What's his real name? Well, he was
Tyler Black.
Tyler Black. Yeah, he was in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really good in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, those
He's working out good. He's
Yeah.
all right. He needs to. Oh, maybe he'll cash in. Maybe he'll be him.
Yeah, that's what he's waiting for. He actually did an interview. I read on Pro Wrestling Torch.
Mm-hmm.
He did an interview that he's like pissed that Lesnar's like not there
Yeah.
because he wants to do
the cash in. Yeah.
like. There's a storyline written.
That would put him over.
Yeah, that would
Sure.
put him way
Like,
over.
Way over.
And then have him and this is around the time he was feuding with Dean Ambrose. So
Oh, okay.
he would have cashed in, then it would have been him and Ambrose at Hell in a Cell. Like that would
Mhm.
have been dope.
Is
That'd be
Kane
cool.
still fighting?
Yeah, but
Corporate Kane.
he's washed up. Corporate
Washed
Kane.
up?
He
Oh.
fights in his slacks
He
now.
fights in business
Dress
slacks
shoes.
and yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really messed up Kane's
They go back and
character.
forth with his character. Like whenever they want him to be super mean, he puts on the mask, and whenever he just normally he takes it, like it's weird.
Yeah, like
They kind of killed that character a long
yeah,
time ago.
and the Big Show too, like turning him heel.
The Big Show
again.
turning heel. Did they didn't address that last week, did they, or did they?
They kind of
Kinda
addressed
fell
it on
asleep a little bit. I fell
SmackDown.
asleep a little bit.
The Big Show turned heel at Survivor Series.
Yeah, he knocked out Cena.
for like the 20th time in his career.
Yeah,
He turned what?
Heel,
bad
like
guy.
the bad
Like,
guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he went from good to bad.
Face is a good guy. Heel is a bad guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Gotcha, gotcha.
So he turned heel for like the 20th time in his career.
yeah.
And he kind of justified saying, "Oh, my job was on the line, so I had to do what I had to
Not
do."
really,
But for wrestling fans who have been paying attention to storylines,
Mhm.
Big Show has this supposed ironclad contract, so he wouldn't have gotten fired anyway. But I guess WWE
WWE doesn't
expe-
care about
Yeah,
that.
I guess WWE expected us to forget that.
They do. Well, they don't cater to the fans anymore. They cater to the casual viewer now.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
So like, I guess like, if you were a fan in 2012, like you forgot Big Show has like this ironclad contract
don't know.
to where no matter
Didn't they
what
like write
happens.
that out though at some point? Like when he was about to lose his job. Remember that he did the whole he was like crying thing for a
Yeah,
while?
when he was crying to Stephanie.
Yeah, because
and, like-
then they basically wrote out saying that he doesn't have an ironclad contract that he or something, right?
Yeah,
I
they
don't know.
did
I
that,
don't
but then
know.
he comes back
This is the problem.
like he doesn't care. Yeah, like
He just-
You
WWE
almost need a
needs to,
spreadsheet to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
with
You
WWE
need like a-
right now.
you need like to go back to the archives and find out
God.
what happened. But like it's a mess.
Yeah.
It is a mess in WWE right now. That's why I have been watching more TNA, more Ring of Honor, more New Japan. I mean, okay, not as
TNA I
much
won't watch. Yeah.
Not as much TNA, because I mean they're not really. They're doing something special. Like Bobby Lashley finally gave up the title. I think that was good. But like, just watching actual good wrestling is kind of hard to find.
Yeah.
I've been watching Lucha Underground, and I'm just like,
Ooh,
wow,
jeez.
this shit is good.
It's
Have you
getting
seen-
deep into it.
Right? I'm just like, yeah, like I've been watching indie shows. Like, it's crazy. That's WWE. Get your shit together. You have to WrestleMania.
Right.
Well,
What else is going on in sports, Jamal?
week 13 in football.
Ooh. What
we-
happened? I wonder.
Well, for starters, the Patriots lost to the Packers. 26
Like a band-aid. You just had to tear it off real quick, huh? You just got to get out of your system.
26-21. It was a good game. The Patriots defense just couldn't stop Aaron Rodgers and the Packers.
Nope.
In the end.
Can't do it. We even gave you. They even gave you a chance, man.
Yeah.
Gronk
Gave you a
has to
chance.
catch that ball
Gronk-
at the end of the
yeah.
game. He has to catch that ball.
Other than that, though, you have to admit Gronk looked like
Gronk-
a beast in that
yeah,
game. He was
Gronk
just like
looked good
bowling
in that
over
game.
people. I'm just
Yo,
like, God,
that-
dude.
that's what you expect. from
Is
Gronk.
there any way you can stop
No.
Gronk?
Cut his legs
that's
off.
that's the conclusion I'm coming to. Like, you have to literally chop him down. Like, you have to hurt him to stop him.
And
That's
then-
the difference between Jimmy Graham and Gronk. It's
Yeah.
like that feistiness that Gronk brings. Jimmy Graham doesn't have that.
That's also what gets you injured more.
Yes.
That's the problem.
But Jimmy Graham didn't get the ball thrown to him once yesterday.
Yeah, I know. He's on my fantasy team.
Jimmy Graham
No.
didn't get the ball at all yesterday, which probably made a lot of fantasy owners mad.
But it's happened
You
before.
think?
Yeah,
It's
it
not like
has.
this is new. Like,
But-
it's not the first time it's happened.
And they still won. They still won the game.
They did.
But down the line, if you can't get it to your main guy, don't you think you're going to pay for it
Yeah,
in the long
of
run?
course.
Because, yeah, they had other guys, Kenny Stills. They had the running game to look to. But,
Mark Ingram.
yeah, Mark
He
Ingram
came
was
out of
balling.
nowhere.
But were they just concerned about the deep pass defense of Pittsburgh?
I'm pretty sure Dick LeBeau drew up that defense to mainly focus on Jimmy Graham. And that's why he probably was never open.
Yeah, so it was just like Jimmy Graham.
But
couldn't get it
sometimes well, I guess this game, it wasn't really close.
Yeah.
So they never really had to force him the ball, or, it wasn't necessary because they had people running downfield wide open. Why? I don't know. But
Pittsburgh up.
oh my God. But yeah.
I don't care. Antonio Brown still got me 23 points.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't complaining either, but yeah, I mean, but Jimmy Graham did drop an onside kick. Well, it went through his hands. It went through his hands, but that was his time to shine. Damn it. What else happened? Oh, shout out to Frankie, my man, Frankie. Get well
Is that
soon,
a
homie.
shout out? Shouting out that his Cowboys got killed? Or
Yes. What happened to your Cowboys, bro? What happened to your
I
Cowboys?
I mean, I can explain it. It's the Tony Romo factor. It's late in the season. He's gonna choke every game. from
It's
here on out.
December.
Look at the history. Like
Tony Romo.
you
doesn't
can't talk
do
to
good.
Frankie about this kind of stuff because he's like he's
Frankie-
my
He
He doesn't
quarterback.
want to hear.
He's my quarterback. He's my quarterback.
quarterback.
Like Frankie,
Frankie.
from here on out, historically, Romo has sucked in December every single year. You're not gonna do
December
anything.
has not been good to Tony Romo.
No.
Tony Romo got hurt, like 3 weeks ago.
Mhm.
Thought he was going to bounce back. And he did a little bit. He came out Thanksgiving, and it just was not his day.
And not even just Tony Romo, even though the one touchdown is not acceptable.
Yeah, even DeMarco Murray
But-
was having a hard time.
Yeah.
Marco Murray was having and the Cowboys defense finally got exposed
hmm
because Eagles were doing whatever they wanted.
That was
Mark-
Sanchez doing
Mark
it too.
Sanchez
Mark Sanchez carved you
Is
guys up.
really... we got to give Mark Sanchez credit. He's always been a good quarterback.
Huh?
It was... Yeah.
Well, back in the day, I don't know.
I
At
mean...
USC.
Yeah, it was like watching USC Mark Sanchez out there. Like he was exposing the Cowboys defense wherever he could.
Yeah.
Do you think it's more of Chip Kelly's system that's exposing his defense, or do you think it is?
He has a good system.
It's a little bit of both.
a little bit
Because I feel like if it was Michael Vick,
of-
you would probably get some of that result, but it would mostly be like Michael Vick making his own decisions.
I feel like people say like, oh well, I think Michael Vick didn't have a good line back then.
He didn't.
The line was, a little shaky back
The
then.
line was very like question mark.
Yeah, I feel like if you put a decent quarterback in Chip Kelly's system, it's going to be results. Like, and the crazy thing is, they might get the Oregon's quarterback Mariota. They might trade up to get him.
If they do, man, they
That
gonna
would be
set.
crazy because Chip Kelly, man, that would be something else.
Hey, that would be some good stuff for Philly. The Raiders. How do you let the Rams score 52 points on you? Like, where's your pride at, Raiders? Raider Nation,
After coming
speak
off
to
of a
us.
Did
big
they just win?
Yeah,
We-
yeah.
Raider
They
Nation,
beat the
speak to-
Chiefs.
I mean, come on now.
That was ridiculous.
Raider Nation, where you at?
Can we?
52 points to the Rams?
I mean,
Jeez.
it's the Raiders.
Where's your heart?
Can we talk about something else? Though? Can we talk about like Johnny Manziel and how he's a beast?
My man Johnny, you put him in, you get good things
They
happen.
lost. They lost.
They lost, but hey,
But
I just
he
love
showed
him. He's
potential.
just like, show me.
He showed potential.
love
you
that
put him
guy.
in. So, with that said, let me ask this question: do you see Johnny Manziel starting this week?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Yes.
Why not?
I
You don't have
agree.
anything to lose.
It's about time. Like Cleveland is.
I think they should have started him from week 1. You got him.
Cleveland
Use
is
him.
in
Who
the
cares?
playoffs.
See what he's
Cleveland
got,
is going
dude.
into the playoffs.
And people keep saying, "Oh well, Brian Hoyer, we're winning because they were winning because the defense and the run game.
You're
as soon
winning,
as they have to start throwing
And now he's
the ball,
got Josh Gordon back.
Exactly.
Man.
So it's
You're
gonna
winning
be,
because of your players.
it's gonna be tough in the AFC North.
Yeah. It definitely is. Now, according to NFL.com, if the playoffs started today,
Which they don't.
yeah,
hypothetically.
the top spots in the AFC and the NFC didn't really change. Green Bay, Arizona, New England, and Denver are still there.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of mixed up a little bit for teams in the wild card in the hunt. In the AFC, it's Kansas City, San Diego, Cincinnati.
Kansas City was embarrassed last night.
Yeah, Cincinnati and Indy. In the hunt, and for the NFC,
Steelers are in the hunt.
I mean, yeah.
We got the same record as the Chargers.
Then again, it was because they lost yesterday. So.
Yeah, if we won that game, we would have been in the wild card spot.
Yeah, but hey, it's only week 13.
I'm saying you just gotta add a game in there. You know what I'm saying? You can't,
Okay, fine.
like,
The Steelers.
Thank you. We don't have a shot. Like, we still have to
You
play
swear-
the Bengals twice.
And
So
you saw like Kansas City's gonna stay in this hunt. It's a projection.
yeah, I understand.
I think the more interesting / sad fact is that we have a team who's coming out of the South that's going to lose at least 7 games.
Yeah, true.
There's a 5-7 team that would make the playoffs right now.
The Atlanta Falcons, that's what he's talking about, will make the playoffs if it started today. But the NFC South, the NFC South is terrible right now. The Saints,
Everyone's over. I mean, under
But, like,
500.
The sad thing is, you're going to have a team that's going to have a winning record not make the playoffs. Do you get that? Like,
Yeah.
if the Atlanta, if this division ends up being like, they lose, I don't know, 2 more. If you have an 8-8 team or even a 7-9 team make the playoffs, and you got like the Seahawks or I don't know, the Cowboys or even the Lions sitting there, and they only have like 4 losses on the season, but they don't make the playoffs.
So do you think
Will there be like riots in the streets? Like,
do you feel like it should be like the NBA to where it's just the best
Yes.
teams in the
Yeah.
I've said that for
AFC, NFC?
years. I hate this whole division thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's okay for, okay, I get it. You have to play these teams twice in a year. Okay, I get that. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's like fantasy playoffs. We don't take based on division. We take best record.
Best record, yeah.
Fight it out.
I mean, that's ridiculous. Like
Literally,
there's
there's going to be a team with a better record than the South team.
and the Saints have beaten Atlanta already.
Yeah.
So what's the problem? Like that, I know it's a projection, but like, come on now, like Atlanta, like Dallas isn't even in this anymore.
How bad would it be? Is if like the Atlanta Falcons got in at 8-8, and you got like the Seattle Seahawks who won the Super Bowl, they missed it at like 10-6.
Or
you said at 10-6, but you don't get in because the other 2 wildcard teams have a better record.
But
the best teams are in the
It's an
playoffs.
8-8
the team who won the Super Bowl last year and who has been playing better.
That would be so crazy to me though if you
you'll
know, cause
get
like the
definite
Ravens
shit.
didn't make the playoffs the next year. If the Seahawks don't either, it'll be like, what is going on?
Like,
I
yeah,
wouldn't
what's
even-
going on in the NFL right
They need to reevaluate.
I would leave the team if I win the Super Bowl with my
the
squad.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. What?
Timeout?
Time out.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll wrap in a minute.
Gee, really? Time out for that?
It's okay.
Damn, I was in the middle of a
It's
thought.
all right.
God damn it. Our production crew is back over here.
We're talking about the
This is an hour show. You don't watch the show? The show goes on for hours. I was just kidding, Jordan. I was just kidding.
gonna
Talking
kill
to the
you.
wolves.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, what was I saying?
Talking about
The
the
playoffs
Oh,
division.
what if the Seahawks have to play the Falcons in the first round? And the
they
Falcons
murder 'em.
get lucky. The Falcons get lucky and win.
well,
Well, then they deserve to be there.
What?
see that's the number one argument against doing it the other way is saying like, well, on any given Sunday,
yeah,
team can beat
anything could happen
but,
in the NFL.
But then why even have standings then? Like that's just my point. Why even have standings to determine who's better if any given team can beat any other team on any given Sunday? Like, all right, so what? So a college team could be an NFL team if the fucking hat drops the wrong way. Who cares? It doesn't matter. You play the games to have a record to get better seeding to get in the playoffs. God.
Speaking of standings and college football, the college football playoffs.
Yeah, they came out right.
Once again are up in the air.
Yay.
This week was Florida State again. What's going on in Florida State? Like
Florida State, I really want to play. Well, I can't say I want to play them. I want Alabama to play them first round so bad, just to expose them, because they are not that good.
Well, if Florida State loses this Saturday to Georgia Tech, Eric gotta go. Thanks.
I do gotta go.
Yeah.
Despite getting fewer
Hey!
first.
Whoa.
If they lose, they might drop. Because the top 4 teams are Alabama, Florida State, Oregon, and TCU right now.
Go ahead. You're good.
And do you see that changing?
I mean, I think somehow I think Ohio State's gonna get in.
Yeah, I see Ohio State coming in.
I think maybe TCU drops and Ohio State gets in.
They lost Barrett.
But the thing about that is Ohio State has to play Wisconsin.
That is true.
The running back there is
But they're a good
amazing.
team.
Yeah, so it's gonna be tough.
Florida State might lose this Saturday.
I hope so.
Their first loss might come this
I
Saturday.
can understand.
I know
Florida State.
people might say, "Oh, it's Georgia Tech." No, Georgia Tech is good.
Mhm.
Georgia Tech is good, and they're ranked. So,
I agree.
and they're hungry. I feel like Florida State is looking at this game like, "Oh, this is another ACC championship." Georgia Tech's like, "Oh, we can knock them out on the top 4 and win the ACC championship, and that'll be it." That's a trip. But anyway, this is a good talk, guys.
Good talk.
Nice, good
Shout out to my boy Blake Sims from Alabama, Maury Cooper. We're about to get another championship. Roll Tide.
Shout out to my boys at Oregon. I'll give them the Pac-12 championship. You know,
Who cares about that?
I mean, shout out to my boys at Buena Park. Y'all had a good run this season. Tough one last Friday, but that's another story for another time. WWE, get y'all shit together. Frankie Selsa, come back next week. And you guys come back next week for another brand new episode 13.
Thank you, Eric.
Spotlight News.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Can I give a shout
to my
out?
man. Yeah.
Can I shout out to my liver for taking a lot of alcohol abuse this
Oh!
weekend?
I would give like a little story about what me and Eric went through, but if you followed me on Snapchat, you kind of know what happened.
No.
From fucking Dave and Buster's to Taco
It
Bell.
was like a 3, yeah.
it was a long night. It was a long night. But
yeah, thank you, liver. I'll feed you some vitamins in the next couple days.
shout out to everybody. You guys have a good day.
Yay.
We'll see you guys next week.
Watch This Week in Geek / not whatever it is when it comes on. I don't know. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.
For the, probably during Age of Ultron or some of the summer movies, they'll show their full trailer that time.
Which I can't wait for either.
Right.
Age of Ultron.
2015 is going to be crazy for movies.
If you guys didn't know, Eric Lucas is the host of That Geek Show. Well, formerly
under
This
wraps.
Week in Geek. Yeah. Did I say that? I meant This Week in Geek.
Formerly This Week in Geek. New title yet to be announced.
Yet to be announced.
We're waiting for equipment. Which
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah. For those of you who still don't get it, this is the guy I shouted out last week.
Hey,
that's
me.
Eric Lucas. Yeah, that's the Packers
That's me.
fan. Glad I didn't bet him.
I told you if you want. I asked you several
Bet.
times. You want to make a bet.
He did. He did. I just had this gut feeling that it wasn't gonna happen because when you really realize Patriots are playing in Lambeau, like even the best will crumble at Lambeau.
Undefeated this year.
Then again, that's such a really part of the show. Speaking of teasers, we'll keep going with teasers. I got not word, but I got like a notification because I subscribed to AMC on YouTube.
The knowledge that you will never possess about these kind of movies and the lore, and they'll go on and read the Wikipedias about it, and they'll like read the comments that George Lucas said this one time in an interview in 1986 while he was sipping coffee somewhere and say, "See, that's why he shouldn't do it." Like, you know what I mean?
They're still sticking to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see anybody complain when they put that new Star Trek out a couple years ago.
I'm pretty sure at the end of the movie, if and when they watch it, they'll love it.
Yeah,
And all of that nonsense.
like how can you
I think
not,
so too.
Yeah, how can you not love a new Star Wars movie? Like it's Star Wars. We all grew up with it. We've all grown to love it. Like, it's Star Wars. You can't just hate on Star
The things people were complaining about, was that lightsaber that's in it, because it is kind of a ridiculous design, but like that's just the gut reaction that people had. That's the first thing I saw all the forums blowing up with. Oh, look at this stupid. Why do you have like lasers coming out the sides? And it's like, yeah, just let it. Who cares?
Because why not?
Because why not? Just let it ride.
It's 2014, damn it.
Yeah, who cares? We're gonna find out. It's a teaser. They call it a teaser because we have nobody. They didn't tell us anything about it.
Yeah,
So.
it's not. It's just like a first look. It's a sneak peek.
Yeah.
Like, they're probably not gonna start showing trailers till like later on next year.
Yeah, probably like.
Hello, world, and welcome to a brand new episode of Spotlight News, episode 12, where we give you the hottest news in music, sports, entertainment, and sports entertainment. I'm your host, Jamal Bostic, and I'm joined by my man, Keaton Wright, and our special guest this week, my man, geek extraordinaire, / Packers fan, / cmpunk guy, my man, Eric
Yes.
Lucas. As you can see, we are missing
Yes.
two people this week. Lovely Celso Maldonado, she had work. It sucks, My man Frankie, he's like sick on his deathbed. Get better, Frankie.
Is that where it is?
He's definitely under the weather. He texted me, was like,
It's no excuse.
yeah.
Could have turned on your webcam and live streamed in.
Right?
Because the
Skype
Cowboys lost. That's why.
Because the Cowboys lost, he was like,
That's
I'm
the real
sick.
reason here.
That's why.
Called it today.
Yeah, he's just like, nah, I can't do it this one this week. Well, hey, my Patriots lost. I'm still here.
My Steelers lost. I'm
Steelers
still
lost,
here.
he's still here. The Cowboys did get blown out. So,
Indeed, they did.
yeah, so that's
That was the
something.
best part of my Thanksgiving. What are you talking about? I was eating turkey. I was like, man, this is a good day.
It's a good day.
Hey, I don't need any wine or cider right now. I just need the Cowboys losing, this nice piece of turkey leg I have. I'm fine. Just knock out into a food coma and have dreams of the Packers winning, which they did. So then, my Sunday was great too.
Yeah, that's another
Beautiful
subject
week.
for,
Beautiful week.
for
Good
another
day.
time
Yeah.
in the show. I was gonna say any day the Cowboys lose is a good day for me, but then got the Patriots thing in my face. But
About that.
anywho, let's get into the business today. This past weekend, there was a couple teasers. On Friday, the Star Wars teaser trailer was revealed in select theaters out here in California. It was the El Capitan Theater.
Irvine.
Spectrum.
Spectrum, yeah.
If you guys live in San Francisco, there's one in San Francisco,
Diego.
in San
Yeah.
Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Any your thoughts on the trailer? I know.
My thoughts?
Yeah.
I loved it. I mean, you know me, I'm the resident geek here, dude.
Yeah.
I think I watched about 20 times because I just watched it a few times for myself to watch it, and then like it seemed like everybody at work or my friends, they're like, oh yeah, I heard about it, I haven't watched it. I'm like, all right, we're watching it right now. So I have to watch it with them like 20 times, but it's great. It's good. It doesn't give any of the story away at all, except for that there's obviously going to be a new Sith, with that crazy looking lightsaber he's got.
Hey,
I'm excited to see who that is.
Yeah.
it has the makings of a real good Star Wars movie. I read on like some like blogs, like a couple, that they're not excited for this movie. Like, it
Well,
doesn't
that's
look
your
like it's gonna be
fanboys.
good. Yeah, it's just like, I guess they're like real diehard Star Wars fans.
Oh, yeah.
and they just don't want to see a new Star Wars.
Why?
They're dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are like that. Like, when like people do reboots of movies, people like hate on it real quick. Like, they don't want to see it.
Well, it's usually your older fans that don't want to see anything done to their precious, thing that they love so much. You get the nitty gritty, the down and dirty with these guys. These are the kind of people you see at these conventions that dress up and stuff that I go to all the time, and they're hardcore, man. They don't. You can't reason with them. They have like